Alright guys, I'm done charging the new power pack up. I did look it over pretty well. Here is there's a little plastic or rubber, I think it's rubber, tab here. And that's where the jumper cables plug in that come with it. And it has an input here, 15 volts at 1 amp. So I can charge this at the tiny house without using the inverter, because all I do is I use the 12 volt socket, right? So that works out great. Now I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to plug in this little smaller battery pack right here, and then I flip this on button and the power. There's a power button. You got to turn this on button on. It's basically 2 switches to activate this thing. So you can see this thing is flashing, right? That's cool. Now what I'm going to do, just for now, I'm going to definitely charge this thing up, but I'm going to press this button again, and it moves the output to 16 volt and now to 19 volt. And then if I hit it, I think if I hold it, it's either a hold or a double tap. The instructions aren't clear. Okay, so there's my light, which is quite strong actually. So you can see that light there, guys. And what I'm going to do is quickly shut the light off in the room so you guys can really tell, whoops, while I trip on the chair, how bright that is. That's pretty good. That's really good. Don't know how long this will run that light for yet, but we will. And next I'll hold the button in again. I think it's 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oops, that shut everything off. Okay, it's double press. And then you hold it. That brings the light back on. Hold it again. Or no, it's a press, so you get a strobe light. And then here is the SOS call. Morse code in flashes, which is really neat. And then that shuts that off. And there was a way I turned on, oh there it is. So emergency lighting, if your car's on the side of the road, this thing will, you know, that'll get some attention for sure. Now we'll shut that off. Back to, now you can run, now this is a cool feature, you can run the light while the emergency lighting is going, which is really cool, because in case you had to do something while that's still on, right? So you're not limited to just the one mode at a time. So we'll hold that again. And then you get the strobe feature even with that, and then even the Morse code along with the strobe emergency light. And then back to regular strobe. And that's all she wrote. Now I'm going to turn the light back on. Hopefully not trip this time. So, one thing, we'll get back down here to the action. One thing I noticed here, guys, this output. Now, it gives you a ton of connectors. So you have this connector, which obviously plugs into the output here. And then it gives you a ton of different sizes. So you could run, I could I'm gonna have to ask Stu on this, but I could technically run possibly my little PC off of this unit if I choose the right stem, and I'm guessing it's going to be the smallest one here. And how this is you select a stem or a connector and you plug that into there, and then you turn this on, and then you just click that button and it's giving power to the 15 volts. So 15 volts will be coming out of here, DC. Whoops. And this may power my computer, I don't know. And for how long, who knows, right? So we'll have to do some experimenting. I'll have to ask Stu, the high-tech guy 18. He knows all the electronics and stuff like that. So I go to him for all my, you know, charge this again. Go to him for all my questions and stuff. So interesting. So all kinds of different ports to use to plug different items into. And the one thing that I know, guys, is a lot of electronics uses these different style ports. So if I was able to convert a TV, I could even run a TV possibly off of this, because some TVs have this type of connector that goes back into the TV. Similar to, let's say this is your TV plug, 120 volts, and look, it goes down to one of these little tiny ports, right? So he'll have to give me, you know, the rundown on that. And then also, you, like I say, you get these universal USB plug-ins, which is good. This one is for my iPod, which is really nice, so that'll be handy. This one I have no clue about it because it has the things on the outside. And this one is for my older camera and newer camera. So quite a really good package for the money, guys. I think it cost me about $60 after everything's said and done. But very impressed so far. And I almost got it for free. If it was a couple days later, I would have got this whole package for free from Wish. And it's been a while since I got one of those, so that's, you know, that's something to think about for sure. So really good. Depending on my experience with this, I may think about getting another one, because so far super impressed. And here we go on the there's the obviously the clamps for the battery, 12-volt battery for jumping your car. So this guy's gonna live at the house here, unfortunately, but we need it here at where the vehicles are. So, and I can experiment with it here and do different things anyway, so that's not a big deal. So we'll get rid of that bag. And then it has this little card, 3 months upon date of purchase, and then the qualified certificate, quality control pass here. So whether I need that or not, we'll find out. But I'll give this a good test, guys, and go from there. But super impressed so far. Didn't take long to charge up. It was about half battery life when I got it in the mail. So I did it right up to full and then kind of played around with the functions and showed you guys here on camera. So pretty neat. I'm going to take another gander at this Chinese book. There is some English in here, but not a whole lot. I had to figure everything out by pressing buttons, so that's the way it is. So we'll see you on the next one.